everybody, welcome to my home. My name is Becky. I am so excited that you're here today because it is finally time. You guys, we get to start decorating for Christmas. I look forward to this every year, and I do hope that this year is just as fun as last year. This is my second Christmas on YouTube, and we just had the most fun last year decorating this place all up. Today, currently, it is the day before Thanksgiving, so I have not actually started decorating yet. I did get my shelves cleaned off, and I got I got all of my trees and my garlands up. So everything, Lord willing, tomorrow after we eat, I'll be able to just start decorating, and then all day Friday and hopefully Saturday as well, and we'll just be able to go to town and just start decorating. When I just got off work and I came home and the house was empty, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and I'll film my intro now and take advantage of having an empty house. If you love my shirt, let me show it to you. I got this from Temu, and I will tell you that I love this design so much that I went a little crazy. I got the earrings that go with it, and then I also got the shoes to match. Now, no, I will not be wearing these all together, but I just didn't know if you guys would be interested in these. They are on Temu, the Temu app, and I don't know, I think these were like $15. The shirt goes all the way down. It's like a long shirt, but I just thought it was too cute to pass up. And then the earrings were around $1. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think it's so cute. I love the vintage Santa Claus on there. So all right, so I just wanted to say hello, do my introduction. The next thing you see will be me decorating. I think I'm going to start in my bedroom, and with that is going to be a vintage tree. Everything behind me on this table I've got set out is all of my vintage decor, or most of it, and this is a majority of this is going to go on my tree. So I am going to use a different tree this year in my room. Last year I used a white one, and this year we're going to use a green one. So I'm curious to see how that looks. I haven't ever decorated this particular tree with all the vintage ornaments. But before I end all this and start my afternoon chores that I need to do, I'm going to do a little span around the room, and I'm going to show you everything that I've got. Everything laying out on this table is all of my vintage decor, or at least a big chunk of it. So I've got everything for my bedroom already set out, so it should be easy to be able to start there. So here are a majority of my ornaments in this bin here. This is not vintage, but it's meant to look vintage. That's my little tree. And these are some ornaments that a subscriber gave me. And then we've got this box here is chock full of vintage goodness. My sister-in-law gave me this little girl last year for Christmas, so this is the first year I get to use her. But look, she's one of those old dishwashing liquid, and there's still dishwashing liquid in there. So this box is full of vintage, and then we have the tree skirt, and I thought this pillow was kind of old and nostalgic looking. And my sister gave me this last year for Christmas. I don't think I'm going to use it on my bed unless I put it at the, at the foot of the bed like a blanket. I think I'm going to go back with my green cover because I don't want to go crazy in that room. I just want I want the tree, and I just want a couple little touches. But for my bedroom, I don't tend to go too crazy for Christmas decor. And this is the brunt of my Christmas decor. It is a lot, I know, but I did try not to buy anything new this year unless I absolutely needed it. I did buy some new ribbon, and I wanted to do the tree a little different for you this year. I didn't want you to look at the same exact tree that I decorated last year, so I did try to change that up a little bit, but I did truly try not to buy anything new that I did not need. There's a few things I did, and we'll talk about that, but I didn't do terrible. I think I'm pretty proud of myself that I didn't buy, because as you can see, I'm overly saturated with Christmas decor as it is, and it just wasn't necessary. So everything's ready to decorate with. I've got the trees up. There's the little pencil tree there. I've got some of my vintage glass pulled out. The house is a mess right now, so just ignore it. I've got my big tree up. That's where my village goes. And We're ready to decorate. As soon as Thanksgiving is over and our bellies are full, we are ready to go. All right, everybody, it is Thanksgiving Day. We have not left to go eat yet. I'm still at home. I've got a nice little Christmas movie going. This is Scrooge with Jim Carrey, so we're watching that. Well, I'm in my bedroom. I've got the door shut. I've got all of my vintage goodies laid out on the bed. We're gonna eat around 1 o'clock. Right now it's like a little after 9, so I've got a little time to decorate. David is outside building me something special that I'm gonna share with you in another video. I can't wait for you to see it. And the girls are on the couch. I don't even know what they're doing. They're still in their PJs. But all of the goodies are set out, and this is what's going on my tree. I did switch out the white tree for the green tree this year. And what I did, I just had some colored lights left over from years past, so I pulled those out of storage. And I did get these this year, but they were from a thrift store and they were only $3. I was going to try to get some of those, what do you call those bulbs? Those big bulbs that kind of go on the outside, because they do have those now. And I found these. They were equally as pretty, so I just picked those up and we're just going to go with them. They were only $3. So I know that looks like a lot of wires, but by the time this is over, it will all be covered up and you won't be able to see those wires. The only thing that I'm not crazy about, excuse me, is that I don't have any ribbon. So we're gonna put this garland, and of course we've got icicles that we're gonna use. So hopefully it'll be okay without ribbon, but I am a ribbon girl and I feel like I'm missing something, but it wouldn't fit on that white tree last year, so I didn't use it, and so I don't have any ribbon for this tree. So let's see how it works out. I'm going to turn my movie on. I'm going to set this to music and just do a voiceover. And honestly, that's probably how a majority of my videos are going to be, because I've got everybody in the house this weekend for the holidays, and that's the only way I'm going to be able to get everything filmed is with a voiceover. So let's get started. And here we go. So the first thing I am going to do is put down my tree skirt. Now I do realize that this is not a tree skirt. It's actually a vintage, I guess it's like a table round tablecloth type thing, but I knew when I seen it that I wanted to use it as a tree skirt. And the problem is that I didn't have the heart to cut a hole in it, so this is the way that I'm going to use it. So I realize it's supposed to hide the tree stand, but it is what it is. And I only had one strand of this garland. Last year when I had the white tree, it kind of blended in, so I never went and got more. So I put it on and I realized that it looked terrible with just two rows. So I decided to take it down and trim it up, and it fit perfectly because you really don't see the tree from behind anyway. You're only going to see it from the front. So when I cut it into 4 smaller pieces, it looked perfect and it worked out exactly right. When I decorate this tree, the first piece that I always add is my creepy one-legged Santa. He's maimed a little bit. He only has one leg. And then that tree topper I have had probably 12 years or so. I don't know. I love that tree topper. I always wrap it. Oh goodness, look at this. She thinks she's so smart. But that tree topper, I always wrap it so carefully so that it doesn't get broken. And then here are all my ornaments. Now some of these I made. The one I'm holding now was a DIY. A lot of these are, and then a lot of them are vintage. But when you're growing your vintage tree, you have to kind of substitute the new and the old to fill your tree up. And I have actually acquired quite a few vintage ornaments. That's another DIY that we did, and so are those little balls back there. I have the video up on my channel from last year if you're interested in how I did that, but I just kind of mixed the two and it works out perfectly. One day I'll be able to just have vintage ornaments, but for now I have to use what fills the tree up. That was a DIY that I did last year. That was who did not have one of those stockings on their mantle growing up with the gold puff paint? I was telling Lily last year, you did not do it right if you didn't stick your finger in it and smear it. Because it always took so long for the puff paint to dry. And but we all had that stocking growing up, so that was a nostalgic memory for me. So we have all the ornaments on the tree now. Now it's time for the tinsel. And those icicles were a gift from a subscriber last year. She gave me 2 packs, so I have enough for this year, and I have another pack for next year. So I am good for the next 2 years on icicles. These were a little different, and these are actually probably a little older, because the ones that I got last year from the Dollar General were a lot thicker, and these are thinner. So I think these are more like the older icicles that we used to use, or I used to use when I was growing up. But they looked so good, especially when the lights are turned on and everything starts to sparkle. It just makes me so happy. So here is my vintage Christmas tree in all its glory. I am so in love with this tree, y'all. It's so cute. I don't think I'll ever use that white tree again, because I never had a white tree growing up. I had a green tree. And to me, this green tree with all these ornaments really sparks the nostalgia for me and makes me feel like my childhood Christmas tree is in my bedroom now. And I am so happy with the way it turned out. Let me plug it in so you can see. Uh-oh, I dropped an ornament. Hold on. I'm gonna plug it in for you. And that way you can see all its colors. There you go. Oh my goodness. I love this tree. Now, if you hang around long enough, you'll find out that some of these lights, without me knowing, are blinking. And they're gonna start blinking here in a little bit. And they're kind of sporadic around the tree. So it'll be kind of cool too, a new little effect that I'll get to experience too later. But oh my goodness, this is the most beautiful tree. There's some blinking going on right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to de-orange my bedroom. I do have a green quilt that I'm going to bring in here. And I'm just waiting right now. My sheets are in the dryer, so I'm waiting on them before I change the bedding out. My sister bought this for me last year. Well, if we're being honest, she re-gifted it to me. It was probably a gift somebody gave to her, and she thought I would enjoy it, so she's the queen of the re-gifters. But anyway, I love it, but I don't think I want a whole bedspread for Christmas. I think I might just use it as this bottom piece maybe. So we'll see. And then I have to put my little nostalgic tree up. I usually put it over there. And then I have this little pillow here that is as nostalgic as I have. Or vintage as I own. So I'm going to put that in the middle. So as soon as my sheets get done, I'm going to scoot back in here and change all this bedding out for something more Christmassy. All right, so we're de-oranging my bedroom, and I'm going to first take down the side tables, or deconstruct the side tables. I'm going to keep those lamps up there though. I'm just going to dust them off, and I want you guys to look at the right of your screen. You're going to see a creeper pop up right there, and and you might see her again. Yep, there she is again. I had no idea she was doing that. But Summer's going to come in here next, and she's going to help me make the bed. I did lay the quilt over on top of everything while my sheets were being washed, but just for video's sake. But there were no sheets on the bed underneath that quilt. So we're just changing it out for the green one to make it a little more Christmassy and colorful, get the orange out is what we're trying to do. So it's basically the same quilt. David is a hot sleeper. He cannot sleep with a comforter. It's just, he just sweats. So I do try to keep light bedding. Plus we live in the South, so we don't really need heavy bedding where we live. If I get cold, I just throw an extra blanket on top on my side and it works out. So we're gonna put everything together, and that red Christmas quilt, you'll see it in a minute, it needs to be washed. I have to do that. I haven't done it yet. I did take it directly out of the package and lay it on the bed, but we're not using it. It's not touching our bodies, but I am going to wash it because it was also really stiff. You could tell it was a very cheaply made quilt, but it looked pretty. So I just want you to know I'm not gonna sleep on top of that quilt that I just took out of the packaging. I don't do that. I will wash it. And I put that garland up before I realized that I wasn't filming. It was just like an afterthought that I would try, and it turned out to be really cute. You'll see a little later in the video how I decorated it, but what I'm doing now is I'm just fluffing it up, and then I'm gonna come in with some colored lights and add those. Then, well, we're gonna go eat first. I'm getting ready to go eat Thanksgiving dinner. I just wanted you to see my Thanksgiving Day sweater that I got from Temu. I have been finding the cutest things on Temu here lately. And then I showed you my, wait, here, let me do this different. I showed you my earrings that I got from Bill's Outlet back when I did my fall haul, and they look so cute. It's the first time I've had a chance to wear them, so I'm going to get some turkey, and then I'll be back to finish decorating my bedroom. So we're back from eating. It is Friday, Black Friday to be exact. I went to Hobby Lobby as soon as they opened, and they didn't have a real big sale, so it wasn't too bad. But I picked up 2 different picks that looked vintage to me. I got 6 of the bigger ones, and I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I got maybe 4 of the smaller ones, and I just tucked them evenly throughout that garland up there, and it looked good, but it was missing something. You'll see what I added in just a minute. If you'll remember the strand or string of tinsel that was laying on my bed earlier, that's what I'm using here. I just cut it up into small manageable pieces. It was quite messy, and I just wrapped it around the garland. So here's kind of a close-up, and it is kind of messy, but like Lily said, you know, it is gaudy, but it matches gaudy, and it matches the tree. So there's the little snowflakes. Those are vintage. To the best of my knowledge, they are. So that's gonna be, I think I need to put some silver right over there. I'll add that real quick. But that's gonna be all I do for now. Now I might revisit the bedroom. I'm gonna have to hide that a little bit better. Yeah, I'll hide that in a minute. I might come back in here and revisit the bedroom and add a few things, but for now this is all I'm gonna do because I've got a lot to do today. So I'm gonna plug it in and let you see it. If there's more added onto this video, then you'll know that I added more to it. But for now, this is good enough. And then I'm gonna move on into the living room, and see what I can come up with. I just don't want to use everything in the first room I decorate and need it later. So let me plug it in so you can see it. All right, here is everything with the lights on, and I'm gonna come in here in a few minutes and tuck in these little strands of lights that are hanging. I know you can probably see the cords a little bit. I'm gonna tuck those in a little better. It's just hard to see when you're up on a ladder all the places that you've missed. And I don't know that a big red bow in the middle wouldn't look really cute. Might come back and do that. I've got some red ribbon, but it's meant for something else, so I don't quite want to use it yet. We might come back in here and add a few things later. So I forgot to film an outro, so I'm just going to leave you with a few pictures from Thanksgiving of all my babies. I spent the whole afternoon playing dinosaurs and army men on the floor with them, and it was all I could even ever ask for. So until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.